In this video, we're going to look at how you can leverage some of the capabilities provided by Adobe Acrobat Professional in your online teaching. And in particular, we're going to look at the relationship between Acrobat and Microsoft Word. The specific topics that we're going to cover are the difference between Adobe Acrobat Professional and Adobe Reader. Adobe Reader is the software that comes for free and is on practically every PC and Macintosh around. Adobe Acrobat offers a lot of additional functionality, particularly for the creation of PDFs that we want to explore. The next thing we'll do is take a slight detour and look at Microsoft Word styles, because the key to creating powerful and functional Acrobat documents is to use the proper styles within your Word documents that you're going to use to create them. We will then look more closely at the relationship between Word and Acrobat, specifically focusing on how you can embed videos into a Word file that carry over to the Acrobat file, and also how you produce table of contents and fully functional PDF files from a Word document. And then finally, we'll look at PDF portfolios, which is a way of combining a bunch of files into a single Acrobat document that can be a very convenient way of taking a large amount of organized material and giving it to your users. Let's begin by taking a look at some of the differences between Adobe Acrobat and Acrobat Reader, or actually Adobe Reader is what it's now called, which everyone has on their computers. Acrobat is essentially a tool that provides editing capability for your PDFs, and it also installs itself on a number of applications. So I am just going to bring in the Acrobat window, and just if you take a look, and if we were to open up a document, for example, I'll open up this PDF of the workshop book. Some of the things that you can do in the full version of Acrobat is you can edit the text and images within the document. You can add and delete pages. You can merge documents. You can create forms. And in addition, you can do inking, for example, signing documents. You can do commenting. You can add review notes. So the full version of Acrobat has a lot of powerful capabilities. It also installs itself in a number of applications. So for example, if I bring up Word, if I've installed Acrobat, I'll just bring over my Word. One of the things we'll see is we've got an Acrobat toolbar, and we'll talk about this later on in the video. Similarly, if you bring up Internet Explorer, it provides an Acrobat toolbar as well, which turns out to be very convenient. And what I'm now going to do is take a quick look at one of the features that I find most useful, which is the ability to select areas of a web page before creating a PDF file. One feature that I find very useful in Acrobat is the ability to select sections of a web page, and this works on Internet Explorer. For example, I want to include the respondus notes as a document that's available. So I'm going to click this select button here that was created when I allowed the Acrobat add-on to work in Internet Explorer. And then what I just do is just keep clicking on the areas I want. Now, if I click here, for example, I just select this one word. If I click outside, I select the whole area. So now what that means is when I create a PDF of this, I'm not going to get all the other menu stuff. I'm simply going to get the area I selected. So I will then click on Convert. I will go to the faculty workshop. I think this is in part 2. And actually, the respondus demo, I think, is actually in part 5 or 4. Well, we'll put in 4. And then I will click Save. And what will happen is it will now generate the Acrobat file, uh, full size. And what you'll see is that it only shows the area that I was interested in and not all the other stuff. When you create an Acrobat document from a Word file, there are a lot of things that you can get for free. For example, in this faculty workshop draft that I prepared, if I open up over here, you will see a comprehensive index that would take me through the entire document. So if I wanted to see the section on Acrobat, I could literally jump right to that section just by finding it and could click on it. So let's see here, that would be in part 2, video, Acrobat. So if I click here, for example, it takes me right to the Acrobat section of the document. And one of the things that you need to do if you're going to get all these things is you need to organize your Word document in a certain way. And so I want to talk briefly about Word before I get into things like embedding video. So here we have the Word document that PDF was created from. And the most significant thing that I would say is that I made use of styles as opposed to just formatting things. So if you take a look, for example, here at a section like this, Getting Started, if I click on this, what you see is it was listed as heading 1. If I go into another section like this one, that's heading 2. As I go down another level, that's heading 3. Now, Word attaches a special significance to styles, as does Acrobat. And so, for example, if I generate a table of contents automatically, which I can literally do by going over to the references section and inserting a table of contents, I can get it so it will automatically mark the page numbers of anything written in the heading style. So these top levels are heading 1 and so forth. This is fine within the Word document. Now, when you use the Acrobat toolbar to create a PDF, it automatically takes all those markers and embeds them within the PDF, so you get this automatic table of contents that you can click on and jump around within your document. Now, suppose you don't like the way the styles look. Well, that's actually relatively easy to deal with. Right now, if we take a look at this style, it's in Calibri Light. If I wanted to change that, what I would do is I would come over to the style heading and I would modify the style, and then I can change its font, I can change its paragraph spacing, I can do anything like that. And as soon as I do that, every time I use the style, you'll get the new appearance. I can also automatically update the normal style sheet that Word uses, and thereafter every new document I create without specifying a different template will have those modified styles, or I can choose to just leave the styles in the document only. So you can adjust each style. And so what I recommend doing is using these heading styles, and there's a whole list of sort of standard styles, using a title style for your main title, and then using the normal style for your text. And once again, you can adjust the normal style. So for example, if I were to click on the normal style here and modify it, right now I'm using Gil Sans MT. Why did I choose that font? Because it has my name in it, but it doesn't actually have anything to do with me. And so by doing that, you can adjust the way the whole document appears, and you can do things like creating different paragraph spacing and so forth. But the big thing about using styles is that it makes it much, much nicer when you do conversions to things like Acrobat or when you need to do insert tables of contents and so forth. However, those Acrobat tables of contents only appear when you use this Create PDF. If you do the Save As PDF, which is now built into Word, or if you do print to a PDF, you do not get any of those capabilities. So the Create PDF, which invokes something called the PDF Maker, uh, is a much more intelligent version of the program Acrobat than these other tools. And one of the things that turns out to be particularly useful for is embedding video, which is what we'll talk about next. So if you look at the PDF version of the workbook that I provided for the workshop, it had all these embedded videos in it. And what I'm going to show you now is how I did this. And with Acrobat, you can embed videos in a normal Acrobat file, in a PDF file, portable document format, or you can embed them in Word and then create the Acrobat file. The big advantage of being able to put the videos in Word is that then if you edit the Word file and recreate the PDF file, all the videos remain in the PDF file. In the old days, when you manually added videos to the PDF, if you recreated the PDF from Word, you had to go back and manually add in all the videos. Well, if you've got a lot of videos, that's something you're never going to do, and so your files don't get updated. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add a video, and so what I'm going to do now is select the Acrobat toolbar. It's already selected. And the only way this works is if you click on the Embed Flash. And Embed Flash will accept MP4 files, which technically aren't Flash, but it accepts them. And so I'm going to take this one, put it in. Hello. The purpose of this video is to walk you through the process of acquiring and then I'll click tablet PC and other accessories. Pause this. I'll click OK, but before I do, you have a variety of different skins that you can have within the document. So you might have a skin that does not allow you to put it in full screen mode. This is the most flexible skin that we have, and it's also the default, so I'm just going to leave it, and then I click OK. Now if you take a look, it just appears as a black box in Word, and that's okay. I put an earlier one as a black box in Word as well. When I create the Acrobat document, this will change. And so what I'm now going to do is save my Word document. You can see it was uploading to OneDrive down there. And then I will go Create PDF. And I'll just overwrite the one that I produced. And I will click Save. And you're going to see a lot of stuff happening here because what it's doing is it's going through and getting all the index markers and it's recording all those things. I'm not exactly sure why it has to scroll the screen to do this, but it always does. It shows you that something's doing. This is a lot more work than just generating a printed version of it. But as you can see, it's doing this processing down here. You can also see the processing window. And it takes a little bit of time. And the more stuff I add, the more videos I add, the longer it will take. And I don't have to do this after every single video added, but I am doing it for the demonstration. And now we see the PDF file pop up that has been created. So if we come over here, let's see, we can go down to part 2, activities. Let's take a look and go to, I think this was just the second. This was in part 1 that I just inserted. which was the walkthrough acquiring technology from the bookstore. So if I jump over there, and I can hide this thing to give us a little more room, you can now see that I have this image, and it's kind of a squashed image because it expects a 3x4 image, and I've given it widescreen. But this is the video we just inserted. Now, I can play it from within the program. Hello, the purpose of this video is to walk you through the process. And I can also of acquiring go widescreen a tablet. The way this course is organized, I just have to right-click it. If you want to hold off on buying a tablet, that's fine. View it full screen. A new tablet is coming out. You can only see part of it. June 20th, the Microsoft Surface 3, which might actually be a better choice for the class. And while I do illustrate a lot of the tablet capabilities, it is not absolutely mandatory that you have a tablet as long as you've got a Windows PC. And so you can argue that all of these things could be done, directly from the web, but the nice thing about having embedded videos in an Acrobat is you do not need a web connection. So if someone's got the document, they can access the videos right away. The final tool I'm going to talk about is using Acrobat to create portfolio files. And so what I'm going to do is open up a folder here, and if I select, say, these 5 PowerPoint files, or 6 PowerPoint files, and right-click, one of the options that I have is to combine files in Acrobat. Notice that when you have Acrobat, the full version installed, you get these options to create PDFs and combine files added to your file menu when you right click. So if I go combine files in Acrobat, one of the options that it gives me is to create a portfolio. And if I click OK on this, there are actually 2 options. The first is that are significant. The first is that I can convert all the files to PDFs when I create the portfolio, and the other is that I don't convert them. Now, if I don't convert them, what happens is it's going to package all your files together like a zip file. So you can bring in PDFs and PowerPoints. I've brought in source code projects, zip files. You can bring in whatever you want. And I'm going to do this combination here. And if I look at the portfolio that has been created, what we now see is I've got a series of PowerPoint documents. And if I were to right-click a document, say this one right here, I can extract it from the portfolio just like I would extract a file from a zip file. I can convert it to a PDF directly. I can, of course, also add files to the portfolio, add stuff from the webs. I can take an entire folder and add it to the portfolio. And so I think actually what I will do is I will add a folder to the portfolio just to demonstrate this. So what we'll do here is, I guess I'll just do it right click, add folder. I'll come over here to OneDrive. I'll try to create a folder which isn't too large. Documents, let's see here, classes, faculty workshop. Maybe I'll go into part 3. That's got a few, and I will click OK. And what will now happen is that a folder is actually going to be added to my portfolio. So if I were to come in here and double click the folder, it'll actually show me, okay, I have a PowerPoint file. I have 2 PowerPoint files in that particular folder. And since I did not have convert to PDF specified, it did not convert them. So you can basically package together all the materials for a course. And in fact, one of the things that Canvas allows you to do is to upload a package file, which essentially is a collection of files in a folder. Well, you can accomplish the same thing using a portfolio. And in fact, what I have done in the past is I have actually created package files and portfolios from exactly the same set of files. And that way I'm able to give them to students uh, both online in Canvas and offline in the PDF. One thing about package files is if you have package files that reference video files within the package, the video will not always work because when Canvas sees video files, it moves them to a special location. And by relocating them, some applications that look for video may not be able to find them. And this has been a problem that some people have had when they created Camtasia websites, for example, and tried to upload them to Canvas. Uh, but for normal documents, the process works fairly well. So this is a portfolio, and it's just a convenient way to collect information. And I have used a portfolio as a way of packaging together all the materials for this course when you download it.